Barbara with the Southern Divas of Houston, reality TV talk show. We are out and about today. It's great to be back from Easter holiday, and we're here with my friends, and we're just checking out the sights here in Houston, Texas. And so, first of all, what I always do, I want to introduce my friends and my special co-hosts that are here. And we have a special guest that's here. We have Ursula and Kimberly. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
I'm Anna Riley. I'm a theater arts teacher and an author and poet.
Wonderful. And so I am going, first of all, let you have the opportunity to let me know what projects you've been working on. And then I like to do we always have a special topic, so we're going to do a special topic as well to discuss for our viewers. But first of all, Anna, let me know the projects that you have worked on or are currently working on.
So I have my first initial novel, Earth Awakening, out. I am going to re-release it, relaunch, and I'm going to do it a month before my second novel, the sequel novel, Earth Emerging. And it comes out in June. So the second novel will be coming out. It's a sci-fi romance.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now, are you from Houston, Texas? Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Beaumont, Texas. I moved to Houston 9 years ago. And it was for my oldest son. He auditioned for HSPVA, High School of Performing Arts, Visual Arts. He didn't get in, but because we were out of district, I didn't know until after we moved.
Okay.
So I've been here ever since, though. I love it.
Okay, fantastic. So, Kimberly and Ursula, tell me, what have you guys been up to since we last seen each other? And I'm going to start with you.
Okay. Well, I have been into building quite a few businesses. So on yesterday, I passed my insurance exam. I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations!
I scheduled it on Easter Sunday inadvertently. That was not on purpose. But I studied all weekend and it was stressful. But I passed. I'm super excited about that. And I'm also a notary and loan signing agent. So that's in addition to the arts work that I do. As everyone may know, I'm an actress, a working actress, and I'm really proud of a film that just came out on TV not that long ago, Deception. So check that out.
Okay, Deception.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and what have you been up to since the last time I saw you? What you guys been up to?
Oh, wow. I've been pretty busy, actually. I talked about a Western that I was in, so I finished filming that. We filmed that in Blackham, Texas, and I can't wait till that come out. It's called Raina of the West, so that should be out soon. I actually worked on Easter Sunday. I filmed another feature film that we filmed here in Houston, so I'm excited about that. I can't really talk about that right now. But I have an upcoming stage play, I Can Only Imagine, in July, and I'm in a fashion show as well. So
okay, so you are keeping yourself busy,
yes, always.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. It's good for us to be able to get back together. And so we're going to talk about, my topic is going to be, when do you know when you've met the right person? So we're going to initially start off with that because I know a lot of times in the dating arena, I like to talk about interpersonal relationships. And I was in the dating arena before, but I recently got married, but I know how it is. And so for me, I always like to help our viewers, especially our younger generation, in terms of giving them some pointers from like some experience daters or couples or individuals who've been out here initially. So I'm going to start with Ursula. So first of all, when do you feel like because I know you've had successful relationships, but when do you feel like you have met when did you feel like you had met that right person?
For me, I believe that I've met the right person when, things just seem really easy for me. Like, I appreciate a man who is supportive of what I do, who is caring, kind, a man of integrity, who's honest. And so when I meet someone who, my discernment level is really high. So when I meet someone and it's just easy, they're easy to talk to, communicate with. It's not difficult because I've met people, it's very hard to talk to them. You can, sometimes you can talk to someone for hours, go on a date, and it's so easy. It just flows. And some people, it's hard to maintain a 5-minute conversation. That's not for me. I don't like silent men. I don't like men who can't carry a conversation. So that's when I know when it's just easy.
Okay, and Kimberly, what about you? When did you feel like you had met the right person?
Well, I feel like when you can be completely yourself, just who you are, you're comfortable with that person. You can talk about any subject, because you have to get to know a person, and if so many secrets are kept.
Oh my goodness, that's so true.
And omission is a horrible thing. So if you can talk about everything and get to a point where there are no secrets and you feel comfortable with the person, then I think that's a good indication that that's a keeper.
That's right. Yourself, from successful past relationships, when did you know you met the right person?
I think that laughter is the spice of life, and I know when I met someone that can make me laugh, and a lot of what you two said also, but the compatibility and being able to be myself and laugh and enjoy the moment. I think that's a good indicator that you've met the right one.
That's so true.
Okay, so just ladies, in the past, when you have been out here, whether you're married or single, let me get your opinion of how long did it take for you to be able to weed through and sift through the different scenarios in dating. How long did it take for you to meet that right person? Was it instantly or did it take a while? We're going to start with Kimberly.
Oh. That's a tricky one. Because sometimes you meet their representative, right? Not there. So you should give it a time, at least a few months before the real person actually comes out. And you're comfortable with the fact that, this is him and he's not really holding anything back. So that's my opinion. At least a couple of months.
That looks delicious.
It took a couple of months? That's all?
Well, at least to get to the point where you didn't think there were any skeletons in the closet that could jump out and harm.
Exactly.
And what about you? How long did it take for you?
So, what's interesting? I'm going to address this from a guy's standpoint. So I used to always say, a man, it doesn't take him forever to know or believe that a woman is the one. So for women who, it's been 5-10 years, you live with someone a long time. I used to say that all the time. Like, a guy believes he knows you're the one. You may not be, but he believes it and will pursue you like you're the one within 6 months. I used to say that within 6 months. And so this guy I met, I said that to him. Guys know really early. I was basing it on my own experience. I would meet someone who thought I was the one, and I didn't feel the same way, but he thought it. And I said it to a guy, I was like, they know within 6 months. And he was like, in 30 days, actually.
Wow.
So guys, you don't have to jump through all these hoops. And we've seen men who, she is so not the one. She is giving him the hardest time, but he is pursuing because in his heart, if he thinks you're the one. So I say for ladies who you're putting in all the effort and you're trying so hard, let him pursue you. Give it some time and let him pursue you.
Right. That is so important.
Don't let him put a rush on you. That's all the time. Don't let him put a rush on you. Take your time and let him pursue you.
Okay, Anna, what about you? How long did it take you to meet that person where you can say, well, this is the right one? Was it instantly, or did it take going through years of dating to meet that right person?
I'm still waiting to meet the one. But I think in my past relationships, definitely after after getting past the representative,
Right.
you, I think about 6 months really let you know. But I think it's interesting that you brought up the fact about men know. My parents, on their third day after meeting, my mom asked my dad, "Do you want to get married?" And he said yes. And she was serious. And they have been married 48 years.
You know,
That's wonderful.
my parents are very similar.
Yes. So you can know very soon. Sometimes, everybody don't work that way, but you can know very soon. They dated for another year, but they knew after 3 days.
Right.
That is
Great.
fantastic.
I love it.
So let's go over some scenarios that you had to go through within that 3-month period or 6 months period in terms of what we have to go through to find that or to meet that right person. Say, for an example, did you have to deal with knuckleheads?
Well, they always around. Well, of course.
So
They just don't go away.
So if you had to deal with knuckleheads, can you kind of help our viewers understand how to deal with a knucklehead and how to weed them out, or how would you know that you're dealing with a knucklehead? For an example, is it going to be someone that's going to send you through a lot of unnecessary changes, or if is it going to be someone that wants to play games? So give me your opinion of dealing with knuckleheads.
Oh my goodness. You know, they're always around. So I think it goes back to like our intuition is very strong as women, as people. And so I think for me, being a person of your word is everything. It goes back to integrity that's important to me. Like, what do you do even when I'm not around? Like, if people saw you, I don't want someone coming to me, they saw you doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. And so a person of integrity for me is, it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. I mean, but you have some men who flirt with other women and you there. So imagine what he doing if you're not there. Like, I have no patience for that. Like, integrity is just big for me. And so your intuition right away when you see those red flags, don't ignore them. And he can be great looking, he can be buying you flowers, he can be doing taking you to dinners. But if you're out to dinner and he's looking at other women, or he's staring down other women, or he's always hiding his phone, or just those things that we know are red flags, don't overlook them believing, someone says, "Oh, you just overreact," or "Oh, if they're trying to put it on you and make you feel insecure in some type of way." I don't have time for that. Those are red flags. Definitely don't deal with it. Those are knuckleheads.
Okay, Nana. Your turn. What about you? What are some of the red flags or situations where you've ran into knuckleheads, and how do you know they're knuckleheads?
I think the main knucklehead that I run into are the men who never want to commit.
Yes.
They string you along. They give you a little bit of attention and then just string you along, and then they always never want to commit. I think that's the main knucklehead. So with that, you just have to set your boundaries.
All right.
Set your boundaries, and if they're not the one, they're not the one. Let them go.
That's good. That's a good one.
All right, and what about you?
Well, that's major, ain't it? Because I totally agree with that one. And my thing is the guy that says, I'm not really ready for a relationship. But he's telling you that. Then he's going over here and telling the next lady, I'm not really ready for a relationship. So he has, in the meantime, all of these women that's waiting for him to get ready for a relationship.
Right.
Oh my God. So when you see that, you might as well just just move on, because he's just playing games, like you said. He's trying to just play the field and be the player, as they say. And it just depends on what you want. If you're ready to be an adult and commit and try to find someone that you can spend some time with, then
okay, that's a good point. So, ladies, let me ask you this: in terms of being in a situation where, I think we've talked about this before, getting caught up in a situation because, sometimes you find someone perpetrating to be something that they're not. And so, have you ever got yourself caught up in that kind of situation, and that you can relate to the viewers in terms of trying to get yourself out of. So, have you had experience or known someone who has gotten themselves caught up based on perpetration? And what are the signs, perpetrated signs that the opposite sex does to get you caught up? Okay,
One way I was going to say sometimes you can get caught up with a married man.
Oh my goodness!
They go out married man, and he is perpetrating hard. Oh my goodness! And he is just right the number one perpetrator, where he. You have some who will. Who may come forth and say they're married, but all the problem is with the wife. Like, she didn't do this and she didn't do that, and she hurt my heart and she did all of this, right? And she don't know it. No, of course. She at home with the kids and don't know that. Yeah. Then you have the ones who men nowadays are so, and women too. If you're going to treat, I'll be fair. So sometimes you have the guy who has, if he has means, because one guy I worked in his office, and he's a doctor, and he told his wife, and she said, "Oh, I want my husband to, what did he say, make more money or do whatever." And she said, "No, you don't, because if I make more money, I'm gonna have more women." That's refreshing, right? He's gonna have more women. You don't want me to have more money, but it gives them. I think some men with money, it gives them access to other things, because you can have a little. There was a football player back in the day who had a little condo where he had his, secret woman. He just, he had his house. He had a condo that his wife didn't know about. And so when you have money, you have means to maneuver. You can go out of town, with your other person. You can tell her anything. And so if she's coming to your condo with, certain furnishings in it, then you're thinking he is single. So I think that's the number one perpetrator. And, a woman could give her heart to somebody really inadvertently, and he is taken already. And that can be very devastating. So, yeah.
So ladies, viewers, look out for the perpetrators of the married man. Mm-hmm. Do not fall for their tactics. Be strong. Okay, Sarah, your turn.
I think your description is best, because aside from the married man perpetrator, you have the perpetrators that try to show that they have more than what they have, and then they try to mooch off you because they don't have.
Oh my goodness!
That's the second perpetrator, the moochers, who and they will perpetrate that they have. They're the ones that take the pictures with all the money.
Oh my God!
Them, and they don't have a dime. They want to drive your car. Want to drive your car.
Try to move in as quickly as possible.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Those are the ones you just need to steer clear of those.
So the ones that like to brag, is that what you're saying?
Yes, because if you really have means, you don't have to brag about it.
Right.
And you probably won't.
Right.
You want to keep it on the,
Exactly.
You don't want anybody asking for money, trying to borrow stuff. You probably won't mention it.
Exactly.
And Kimberly, what about you?
Well, I think
What you had to deal with?
or narcissists.
The narcissist.
Talk about perpetrating.
Oh my goodness.
If you've ever experienced love bombing,
Not the love.
and then they want to take that away. Sorry, I'm not that person anymore. Wait, what happened? Talk about a fraud. Just playing with you emotionally. Oh my God, that is the worst.
Yes.
It's like, can you just be honest up front and let me know what's going on? So it's just a game narcissists play. That is scary. So be aware of that.
How can you tell you met a narcissist though? That's the thing we have to let our viewers know. How can you tell you met a narcissist?
But that love bombing is serious because they're just over the top with it. Like, oh my God, you're the best person. You're the most beautiful person in the world. It's like, really? Like, we just met. No one. So just be aware of the overdoing it, That's a very good sign.
Okay, so be aware of the narcissist. Okay, so pretty much, it's so important to weed out everything that we've discussed in terms of the narcissist, the married man, the perpetrator that acts as though that he got it going on, but he's really a moocher.
She's a moocher.
So I think we've given some great pointers out there to let our viewers know, whether it's male or female, what to look out for, the red flags to look out for versus being the one that is going to be a good person for you, where you can have a healthy relationship. So right now, I think we're going to start. No, we're going to actually stop right here. So we're going to pick up next time, but it was great talking to you guys, and we appreciate you watching the Southern Divas of Houston reality talk show here in Houston, Texas. And I'm Terry Atwater, the host, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.